Chapter 1: The Invitation That Shouldn't Exist. 3 weeks after my aunt died, I received an invitation. No sender, no return address. Just a single sentence typed on a yellowed piece of paper. Come to the old house at 10 p.m. to hear the will. Except, my aunt never owned an old house. Still, something about the letter felt unavoidable, as if I had been expected for years. That night, the fog was thick. The taxi driver stopped on a dirt road and said, "I'm not going any farther. You walk from here." Far down the path stood a structure, dark, crooked, somewhere between a mansion and a ruin. A faint, flickering light glowed behind its broken windows. I walked into a house that shouldn't have existed. Chapter 2: The Hallway That Breathed. The front door was wooden, warm to the touch, unnaturally warm like skin. When I pushed, it opened by itself, silently, like lips parting. Inside stretched a long hallway lined with picture frames. But every frame was empty, black, blank, as if the photographs inside had been burned away. At the end of the corridor sat a round table with a half-melted candle and a leather-bound journal cracked with age. On the cover, written in shaky handwriting, were the words, "The will of someone who has died, but hasn't left." My heart pounded. I opened the journal. Page 1, blank. Page 2, blank. Page 3, blank. Then, slowly, letters began to rise out of the paper, carved as if scratched from beneath. "You're late." Chapter 3: The Aunt Who Never Died. The candle blew out. Darkness soaked through the room. A breath, wet and close, brushed my ear. "You finally came back." It was my aunt's voice. A dim light appeared in the corner. My aunt stood there, wearing the same gray dress she had been buried in. Her skin was swollen as if waterlogged. Her smile was stretched too wide, tearing slightly at the sides, and her eyes, unblinking, were dry, glassy, wrong. She asked softly, "Don't you remember this house?" My voice trembled. You never owned a house like this." Her smile widened, skin pulling unnaturally. "Me? No, but you did." A cold wave washed through me. A memory, foggy, shifting, stirred at the back of my mind. She stepped closer. "You forgot, but this house never forgot you." Chapter 4: The Memory That Should Have Stayed Buried. A heavy sound echoed beneath the floorboards. Slow, dull, a fist knocking on wood. Thud, thud, thud. My aunt whispered, "They're awake." "Who?" "The original residents." A small door in the corner creaked open, revealing stairs descending into darkness. A foul breath drifted up. With trembling legs, I went down. The steps felt endless, pulled deeper and deeper. The light above dimmed with every step. At the bottom, I found a room that froze my blood. 3 wooden chairs. On each chair, a corpse sat upright, but their eyes were sewn open, with thick black thread, forced to stare ahead. Behind them, written in blood on the wall, "We'll find you." Then, one corpse twitched. His head rotated a few degrees toward me. It spoke. "Hello, son." My body sagged. That was my father's voice, but he had died years ago. The second corpse whispered, "Why did you leave?" My mother's voice. The third smallest drew a shaky breath. "My little brother, dead since childhood. Come home, we're lonely." I screamed and stumbled back up the stairs. But when I reached the top, the house had changed. Chapter 5: The Living House. The hallway was different, narrower. The walls bulged inward, pulsing gently, breathing. The picture frames were no longer empty. Every frame contained a photo of me, but in each picture I had no eyes. Some were smeared with blood. Some showed me with long, sharp teeth. Footsteps echoed behind me, slow, steady. Click, click, click. My aunt appeared at the end of the hall, but she was taller now, too tall. Her arms hung stiff at her sides. Her movement was serpentine. "You weren't supposed to return." "I don't even know this place," I shouted. She touched the wall. It rippled under her hand like living flesh. "This house is part of you. You were here, years ago, with your family." Voices rose from the basement. "Father, you left us here." Mother, you were supposed to come back. Brother, you promised. My head throbbed. A buried memory clawed its way back. The collapsing ceiling. Smoke. Fire. Screaming. Hands pushing me outside. A voice yelling, "Run!" Then darkness. I looked at my aunt, her smile sharp as broken bone. "You weren't alive. You're trapped too." She laughed softly. "None of us leave. Not while you're here." The house began to twist inward. Walls squeezing. Ceiling dropping. Doors slamming shut one by one. The house was trying to consume me. Chapter 6: The Exit That Shouldn't Exist. As the walls tightened around me, something flickered in the corner of my eye, a small window hidden behind a curtain. I lunged toward it. The walls groaned, splitting open like torn muscle. I forced the window up. Outside was nothing, pitch black emptiness. The house whispered behind me, "Don't go. This is your home. There is nothing out there." But I jumped. I fell, longer than any fall should take, into cold, endless dark. Then suddenly, I hit the ground. I was back on the dirt road where I had arrived. Just like the beginning, the house stood quietly behind me, but something was different. A window upstairs creaked open, and someone who looked exactly like me stared down, smiling, with empty, hollow sockets where eyes should be. Final chapter: the house is not done with me. I ran all the way back to the city, to my apartment, to the lights and noise and safety, or what I thought was safety. When I picked up my phone, a notification flashed. A message from no number. "You didn't leave the house. We are inside you." And as I write this, I hear it. A soft, deliberate knock on my bedroom door. Talk, talk, talk. They're still coming, and their voices are getting louder.